Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. So, very juicy topic for you this week, I think. I've definitely talked about networking before. That's not new. So I've written y'all some networking templates that are available on the site recruitinginyogapants.com under templates and FAQs. I have some videos. I'm pretty sure there's a whole playlist about networking, so I'll add this video to that as well. But I want to share some thoughts on something that I have recommended. I've kind of talked high level about, and those rare cases where I'm able to do some one-on-one coaching. Doesn't happen often, but every now and again I'm able to carve out some time and kind of work with somebody one-on-one over a period of time. Something that we go into pretty extensively. So you're all getting that same coaching now in this video. Networking with your target companies. Couple of things you can do here, okay? And so one more resource quickly before I jump into the content here. I've also wrote a blog post, which I will link down in the video description, about, I think it's something like how to land your next job in 5 easy steps, which is a silly little clickbait title because none of this is easy. And I know that, and you know that, but I did kind of break it down into these 5 critical steps that I think are helpful and valuable when you are kicking off or maybe adjusting your job search. So one of those things that you'll see in the blog, if you go check that out, is that you identify organizations you could see yourself working at. Okay? Now, couple things to keep in mind there. The number one thing when you're out looking for roles in companies, does this company hire people who do what I do? Okay? I may love my local Mexican restaurant, and matter of fact, I do love them very much. I go see them as often as I can. They know our names. They have our drinks ready when they see us come in. Love it. They're not hiring a corporate recruiter. So I love them. I spend a lot of money with them, but it's not a place I'm likely ever going to work because they don't hire my skill set. It just wouldn't make sense, right? So that being said, one of the things you want to look for are companies that actually employ the kind of work that you want to exchange your labor for, right? You can go work at a headquarters or, maybe a retail store if that's your thing, your customer service, hospitality, whatever. So anyway, biggest variable of all, does this place hire what I do? The second variable, use your best judgment here, not a requirement. But I think also you can add, if you've got 100 companies to choose from, you want to filter that down a little bit perhaps, companies whose mission, vision, what they sell, what they provide, what they do aligns with you. I'm going to give you an example. For the longest time, REI was one of my dream companies. Starbucks too. Starbucks is another one. Those are 2 local, headquartered in Seattle companies that I have long had on my bucket list. I want to go work for one of those companies before I die. Okay? I probably won't, and that's okay. Dreams change. I'm very, very happy in the role I'm doing today. But back in the day, I love coffee. I love outdoors, hiking, stuff like that. Starbucks and REI, baby. Oh, boy, what I wouldn't have given to work for one of those companies. And I remember many, many years ago, as I was pivoting into corporate recruiting, I applied to a role at REI. This is so way back in the day. I was so poor. I'm at the library. I am applying online. This is kind of early days of online applications. It was a long time ago. And I see the job at REI, and it was like, I don't know, like a recruiter 2 or so. I don't remember exactly, but it was a recruiter role. And I remember applying to the role and just thinking, okay, I know this is going to be a stretch. I'm not a perfect fit. I've learned a lot since then. But I wanted that job so bad. Didn't get it. Got the email a few days later, no thank you, whatever. It broke my little heart, but it is what it is. However, if I were to do that today, in this present time of LinkedIn and social media and the ability to network with and interact with and tag company pages and perhaps people that work there, things like that, we now have an opportunity to go a little further than just an application. You're not going to do this for every single company, okay? I know many of you approach your job search a little differently. You are looking at just volume. You're playing the numbers game. You're applying to 100 roles a week. That's your call. I am not, it wouldn't be my call. Not how I would do it, not how I would encourage people I coach to do it. If that's the way you are doing your job search and it's working for you, keep going. Keep doing it, okay? I am not going to stop you. But if you are looking for a more strategic, you're willing to take the time, you're willing to play that long networking game approach, you can do both. You absolutely can do both. This is for you, okay? So, I'll give you an example. Another link down below in the comment section. I actually shared my friend's post who did this. But I have a friend who is looking for customer success type roles. That's their background. That's, what they're skilled in, what their resume reflects. Great resume. They've had it reviewed by multiple people, including me. And they've identified some basically like ed tech type companies that they're really interested in. Okay. And they're now using their platform, using their social media presence to experiment with those tools, to share their journey. Hey, I used this great application to do this cool thing. And then always dropping a little nugget about, hey, I'm looking, right? Hey, you hiring? They are really taking a proactive, human, engaging approach to not only sharing the cool journey that they're on, like learning the ed tech or learning the tools or learning the things or whatever the companies are providing, but also then leveraging social media to express that interest, to kind of virtually tap on those doors. I think that's really cool. Now, is it going to turn into an interview? I have no idea. No clue. I think it'll be really interesting to see how it goes and how it plays out over the next several weeks and perhaps months. Again, this is not a quick fix. This is not like you're going to immediately turn it into an interview. So I'm not going to tell you to put all of your eggs in that basket. I am going to tell you that it could be an interesting and unique way to start building some of those early relationships and being top of mind and being present with the companies you're interested in so that when an opening does open up, you're already kind of there. You're already somebody who's kind of maybe become a known entity, or you see where I'm going with this? This is again all about that long-term networking play. So how do you do it? You're a job seeker. You're like, all right, Ames, I'm going to take your crazy idea. I'm going to give it a try. What do I do? What does this actually look like? I got you, friend. Here's what you're going to do. Want you to make a list of those companies, okay? Follow the steps in the blog post that I wrote. So identify the roles or identify the companies that do what you do. And then I want you to look I want you to create your own, maybe like little content calendar. Okay? Try this out for a few weeks. Okay? So you find the company, and it's ABC Corp, and you know that they hire what you do. And so you're going to find a cool article about them. You're going to find maybe they had a press announcement about expanding to a new area, or they've launched a new tool or something like that. Talk about it. Hey, I've been following ABC Corp for a while. I read this article about them. I think that's really cool. I can see how that's going to benefit so and so with such and such. And what a neat thing. Just wanted to share that with my network. By the way, ABC Corp, I happen to be a phenomenal accountant. If you ever need somebody to come play with your money, call me. And post. Tag the company page. Maybe tag somebody who works at the company if you're comfortable doing that, right? And so that's, again, just a very high level, kind of off the cuff example. But you can try some of these fun little engaging, like, I'm just like knocking on the door, saying hi, come along with me, right? Like, I don't know. I think that could potentially help create some bonds and some future referral connections so that when that dream job opens up at that dream company, you're ready. All right, y'all. Might be a crazy idea. Might be too wacky for some of you to try. You might think I'm nuts. I'd do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I got my little list of companies in the back of my mind if God forbid the worst happens and I got to go looking. Just saying, you'll see me out there making those posts. All right, friends, if you try it, send it to me. Send me a link, tag me in the comments, something I want to see. I want to support you. I want to boost the visibility if I can. So if you're willing to try it out, let me know. As always, drop a comment down below if you have more questions or anything else you want to talk about related to recruiting. And I'll see you next week.